Hey guys, so this will be my last Halloween tutorial before I do one for my costume if I decide to do one for that. Um, this was kind of a combination of two different tutorials that I had planned to do. One being the French tip with the little ghost guys. It's really, really simple. The second one was this sort of midnight sky fade with a very large pearl rhinestone thing on it for a full moon. It just kind of adds a little bit more of a, like flare, three-dimensional look to it. Okay, so I already have my nails cleaned and base coated. We're going to start by doing a classic French tip in either this charcoal-y color or black. I'm going to do the charcoal. And you're just going to want to do that on all of your nails but your ring finger. Okay, so now that I have that done, I'm going to take a sponge, like makeup applicator, and that same charcoal color, and drop some down on my piece of paper. Just a little bit, really, because a little bit of black or charcoal or whatever goes a really long ways when you're doing something like this. And we're going to do a fade tip on our ring finger with the charcoal. And it's really important when you're doing dark colors like black or charcoal that you go really softly, because you'll get down to the end and you'll have this, it'll just be like one solid color. So I'm just really going to try to work it down really light, and then I can go back and kind of darken up the tips a little. Excuse me. So once you're happy with that, which that's pretty good for me, we need to let all this dry pretty well, and then we will do the little ghosts and stuff. Okay, so our next step is to put the little ghosts on our fingers, and I'm just gonna use white and a dotting tool. So I will drop some white down on my piece of paper. Okay. And I will use a medium-sized dotting tool and just kind of make some little ghosts wherever your heart desires. Okay, so that would pretty much be his little body. Alright, after you have their little body stem, we're going to add some arms to give them a little bit more of a little happy ghost-like look. So I'm just taking the smaller end of my dotting tool, and I'm just going to place them kind of right under his little head and just pull it out like that. Okay, so I have my little ghost done. For this nail, I'm going to do we're doing kind of a skyish feel, so I have a couple of different options here. I'm going to take this really shimmery silver. It's kind of a mix between this glitter and this is the only silver I have, this little silver. See, it's I don't know, it's weird. But it works best for doing the, like, stars, I guess. So using that same teeny tiny little dotting tool, if you have a smaller one, that would be even better. I'm just going to drop, like, just a very, very small amount down on my paper. And then just kind of sporadically place them. And the charcoal stuff that I have is kind of shimmery already, so I don't really need to do too much. Okay, so there's kind of the little stars, I guess. And they look really obvious on my film. They don't look so obvious for some reason on my finger, really. If you wanted them to be, like, less obvious than that, go ahead and just use, like, a glitter, because it will kind of show, it'll, like, shine more in the light, but it won't be as solid. I'm going to put some on top of the ones that I have here. Hopefully kind of dull them out a little bit. Okay, so now I have that done. Let the ghosts dry a little bit. Mine feel pretty dry because they're really thin, so I'm just going to go ahead and do the next step right away. You're just going to take black and put their little eyes on. So you really don't need a lot because it's just eyes and maybe a little mouth. So very, very small dotting tool. Try to pick up, like, the least amount that you possibly can, and then dot it once on the piece of paper, because then you're going to see how big it's going to be. Aim high up for his face and put his little eyes on. So there's my little ghost. Those are done. The last step will be to apply a kind of like a moon to your ring finger, and I have these, like, pearl. They're not rhinestones because they're pearls, but they're the rhinestone-like things. So I'm just gonna take my clear coat. Excuse me, my goodness. And apply oh man, that is not good. Some clear coat to the top of my nail here. And then a little bit to my daughter. And I'm using, like, a medium large size rhinestone because I want the moon to be like a full, it's huge, like a full moon. You don't have to do this part because I know that not everybody has these weird pearly rhinestones. If you wanted to, instead, you could just apply the standard silver ones for the stars. I mean, that would be cool too. So anyway, that kind of finishes things up here. Yeah, you could also just take white polish and, you know, kind of paint the moon on if you wanted, and that way you could, if you made it big enough, like if you made it, you know, like half of the tip of your nail or something, you could put like a bat flying in it, or, you know, like a moon or a wolf howling. I kind of ran short of time this week to do more nail tutorials, so like this is basically the last one before if I do one for my costume. So that's pretty much, or that's it. So I would, you know, clear coat these and really watch out for that because it's so big it might fall off, but that's okay. Anyway, have a great weekend and have a happy Halloween. Thanks for watching.